Hey, it's Dan with Lawn Equipment, and today we're going to talk about an Erskine SB 372 snowblower. SB right away stands for snowblower, 300 is their model, and 72 is the model width of it. 72, but it technically is a 73-inch cut because of our little side cutters that are angled a little bit with the serrated edges. This is actually more of a standard flow machine. It is 17 to 22 minutes per gallon. So right in there is obviously the sweet spot you want to make sure you match up to your machine. The best part with Erskine, they actually have a nice little chart on the back of their snowblowers that show what flow rate they have on it. Makes it easy so you don't forget, or when you're looking at them, you know what you're actually looking for. We're gonna go over a couple different things with this. Obviously these are all hydraulic driven, and they're actually hydraulic direct drive. The best part about hydraulic direct drive is it goes directly into our augers, so therefore eliminates gearing, parts, and chains in there, making less things to go wrong, and obviously less things to maintain. Standard on a lot of the Erskine snowblowers and on the 72-inch snowblower, there's actually a pressure relief valve inside the auger, making it so you don't have to have shear pins to worry about anymore. That pressure is going to relieve instead of binding up. We get something caught in there. You can shut down, clear it all out, and you're good to go again. No need to try to line stuff back up and throwing a shear pin back in there. The hydraulic direct drive across, obviously the front as well is so nice because being smaller then, because now we don't have that gear drive sticking out on the side or tucked inside. So the snowblower we have here today is actually matched up onto a Bobcat wheel machine. Best part with Erskine is that we can change our electrical over if we need to match up to Bobcat or Kubota, like Lano carries, or any other brand, ASV, Cat, John Deere, Case. We can make sure it's matched up so the snowblower will work for you. It's a good part about having Erskine and being so universal to make sure the customer gets what they need for their machine. Another big asset, Erskine, it is actually built right here in Minnesota. They've been around for over 75 years, just as Lano has been. So it's great that we've both been around so long. We obviously know what product is best to deal with and work with. Lano Equipment just wants to make sure that our customers get the best machine that they need with attachments and machine and pairing them up no matter what that may be. Hydraulic deflect, as we go down, we have a no slush, no freeze geared fan unit to help us rotate back and forth, which rotates 270 degrees. When our chute deflect is all the way up, we'll shoot out all the way to 40 feet out. Makes it very handy when we're in a nice open area to get that stuff spread way out so we're not causing runways down our driveways, in the yard. It's spread out, not making big piles. Along with that, going back 270 degrees, there's no reason if you get close to a building, we actually shoot it away without having to worry about getting so close to it. Erskine has an adjustable skid shoe on the back. Makes it easy for changing out if we want to go down right on the ground, if we want to give it a little bit of leeway. Main reason you want to have a little bit of leeway there is if we are on gravel for a nice new concrete or asphalt, you just want to leave a little bit of layer so we're not scratching against it or picking up rock and throwing rock at our house or just out in the yard. Also comes with a replaceable carbon steel cutting edge, very strong and durable, easy to change out if you would happen to run through that blade. Have a nice serrated auger on here. It's actually a 17-inch. Serration is nice on it because if we're cutting into some of that hard snow or even some of that ice, it's going to kind of help break it up and bring it in. It's going to bring it into that nice 4-blade fan in there. So it actually cuts up to 30 inches high. With Erskine snowblowers being around for so long, their quality is top-notch. This weighs 831 pounds, nice heavy-duty steel. So when you're pounding those ice piles, big snow piles, you don't have to worry about things falling apart or bending. Stuff is constructed very well. All right, we're going to kind of go over couple little maintenance items we do need to take care of and unhooking and hooking it back up. So come down on here, we have a bearing in here, therefore we do need to make sure that is greased, and there's a zerk right there. If we follow all the way down to the other end to where our hydraulic drive is, there's actually a grease zerk on the front and the back side of this. Nice so that there's only two. If we had gear drives with that, it would take a lot more to keep those lubed up. So unhook is quite simple. We're on a Bobcat, so we have a 7-pin, just a nice easy turn. Takes our electronics off. hydraulics come off nice and easy here. Then we'd hop back in our machine and obviously undo our bob attach and get it whacked from it. Same thing, hooking back up. Nice, easy. Number 7-pin. Make sure we're lined up. Can't line up, great, there we go. And good to go again. We're gonna do a startup, how the snowblower works inside a Bobcat. On a Bobcat, we go to our green button for keyless. Our glow plugs have already been warmed up pretty well, so we hit her again to start. Pull our lap back bar in front of us. We're gonna go over to our engage button, which is green, which unlocks our controls and puts us in the go mode. This machine actually has standard flow and high flow in it. Most machines, if they have high flow, they have a 2-button push to put you in your high flow, or if you have super high flow, you go into 3. On this one, we want to be in standard flow because we're between that 17 to 22 gallon per minute, and the S64 we're in does 17.9 gallons per minute. So we'll push 1, we'll activate our hydraulics, which puts us in our go mode. I'm just going to rev it up a little bit. It's like to have some RPMs in there, make sure everything's spinning well. When we're operating the snowblower and actually moving snow, we're going to definitely want to crank those RPMs up quite high, at least 3/4, to make sure we're getting full rate of hydraulic pressure going through there. This machine is actually a foot and hand machine. So on here, actually go down to our right handle, and on the back side with a continuous flow, and that will actually turn on our auger. So now we are spinning, we're good to go. Then on our handle here as well, you got a couple different levers on here. This would be our on-off if we didn't have continuous flow. This is actually going to be our chute deflector. So down's going to be down, up is going to be up. Kind of show you here, you can see both. Down, it's going down. Up, and it's going up. Nice, easy on your right hand as you're driving, moving around. We go over to our left-hand side. We now have our chute rotate. Same kind of concept on here. Up and down, left and right. Kind of depends on how, and you can actually have that change. You see that as I do it, rotates all the way back. It's at that 270-degree rotation. Gets it almost where it almost throws it back on you. The best part, like I said before, is that if you're next to a building and that's back like that, you can really get it back almost behind you instead of having it pile up next to the building. And that does that both ways. Goes all the way back around. Obviously, you probably don't want to go quite that far. We go out, we go to our other handle, we use our chute deflect. We can really get that stuff down. Keep it from actually shooting. If you don't want to shoot too far, so we're shooting and hitting a building, just keep it down. Now we do again, we just go vice versa. I'm going to put it back. Basically, we're going to store it, put that back up. We'll put our chute rotate back to the middle. We come back over to our right handle and hit our button on the back side, which would be a continuous flow. If you don't want to, actually right here on the handle is just if you want to use it manually to engage it. But obviously if we're going to do a lot of area, I'm going to be in it a long time, our continuous flow is underneath on the hand-foot machines. Makes it nice and easy. When you get it all set up, you can just run around and everything's easy for your hands to get to. We're done. Our continuous flow off. We go back, as I turn our RPMs back down, and we hit our engine to shut off. And then when we can disconnect, obviously we just have our 2 cables, our hydraulic cables up front, our hydraulic hoses up front, and then our 7-pin. And then just like a bucket, we have our quick attach down below. We'd raise those up and tip back out of it. We are good to go. It's free to move on. If we need to hook up another attachment, we're just ready to be done for the day. Same thing, we're going back to hook up, put it back in just like we're hooking up our bucket, put our bob attach down, hook our 2 hydraulic hoses up and our 7-pin back up, and we're good to go. That was a rundown of the Erskine SB 300 72-inch snowblower. Make sure you stop into any of our locations. We'll definitely help you out. We can check one out. But make sure you like and subscribe to all our social media accounts.